So we all know how important family is to us. People will do anything for their family and literally change their lives to be near their family, no matter what age. It's just amazing. And when we watch cultures, some cultures just make sure that they stay in the same neighborhood because they only want to be with their family. That just matters the most to them. And today I want to talk about the gift of family, with the gift of friendship as well, with my friend here, who is Margaret Packard. And she just is an amazing mom and an amazing patriarch in her family. And how would you like to share some information with us today about your family and how you feel about it?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm married, and I've been married for 6 years now. And so I absolutely love my husband. I love the fact that he loves me anyway, like good, bad, indifferent. He just loves me. With my children, I have a son that's 26. Well, he's going to be 26 next week. Mm-hmm. And then my son that's 24, and then my daughter that's 16.
And they come to you for a lot of advice and a lot of love. And you're always overflowing and always have time and energy for them. How do you do that?
You know what? My grandparents were an open book for me. And so I didn't really go out a whole lot when I was in high school. I really spent a lot of time with my grandparents. And so I feel like a lot of the things that they taught me, I'm able to turn around and teach to my children. And I think the thing that I love the most probably is now that my sons are older, they are coming back to my home. They're coming back, and that feels really good. My son asked me to braid his hair. They're like, Mom, can you cook? And so I think it's really that wholesome feeling of just love. Really, love is the precipice of my being.
And you always put your family first.
Yes.
That is the number one thing that I've noticed about you. And one of the things that you've imparted on me and other people that are in our lives is that, sorry, this is family time. I am making my family first. And sometimes you bring them with you to make sure they're included, which I think is lovely.
Yes.
And I've watched Jade grow up over the last few years. She's such a beacon of light and hope, and such your mini-me. Like, she is so much your daughter.
Yeah.
How do you protect and how do you encourage that relationship to grow?
Oh my gosh. You know, when I had got a divorce from her father, I think probably the toughest season of my life was going through that season, and I felt like she didn't like me, and I felt like she didn't love me. And I want to say probably 3 years ago, she had an interaction with her dad. It didn't make her feel good. And I came home and she just hugged me and she loved me. And it was just like, I'd been waiting, just waiting for her to do that. And that really just opened the door, like it kicked open the door for me to show her how much I love her and show her how much I need her and share all of the things that my mom, my grandparents had taught me.
It was the perfect timing for her.
It was the perfect timing.
And you were there and you were patient because your family means so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like that is really now, as a coach, that's one of the things that I talk about. It's like we talk about their business, but then I ask them about their life with their family. Like, how is your relationship with your husband? How is your relationship with your children? Do you spend time with them? Like, you know, when we go on trips, I make sure that I write a letter for my daughter for every day. I make sure that I write a letter for my husband for every day because I want to parent my daughter even when I'm not there. So just sending her a note, telling her how much I love her, how much I respect her. You know, I want you to do great in school or great in whatever it is that she's doing, just to let her know that I'm there.
Those little things mean so much.
They do.
I remember seeing you and your daughter when you got back from your big trip to Australia. And it was such an inspiration for me because, you know, I took Abby last year to Australia.
Yes.
And I remember the two of you there and playing and being little kids.
Yes.
And when you came back, it seemed like you were so much more bonded. What did you take away from that experience?
Well, Australia was the one place that I wanted to go since I was 10. And so when my team asked me, you know, well, where do you want to go? And I was like, Australia. And then the trip came up. I was like, we are going to Australia. I'm taking my baby. And it wasn't even like I asked my husband. It was like I wanted to go with my daughter. And so while we were in Australia, I feel like I can literally remember the food. I can remember, going to the beach with her. It was so powerful. You say, what did I take away?
Yeah, what was your takeaway? Those moments are so special.
It was really special because she flew with me. Like, she flew with me, and it was great. I think every part of the trip was really good.
I remember seeing her after, and it's almost like she grew up a whole year in that short amount of time. Maybe because she had you 24/7.
Absolutely, absolutely. The boys didn't get that, but she got to go out of the country with me, and that was really awesome.
So when you mention your boys, there's also a grandchild now, right?
Yes.
And how has that enhanced your life?
Oh my God, he is amazing. He's 4 years old, and he was born on my second son's birthday. Wow. So my son is 24 and he's 4, and he's the love of my life. It's like, how did I get a grandson? I'm so excited. Like, he really makes me excited. When Stefan was pregnant with him, she said, well, what do you want to be called? And I was like, Big Mama. So that's what I am. I'm Big Mama.
You're a big mama. Mm-hmm. But if you think back to when you spent all that time with your grandparents, that's how they felt about you. You lit up their life just like your grandson does yours.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's true.
You were giving them the gift of family even back then. So I know you so well, and I know that you have this gigantic network. I mean, we have so many mutual friends. Mm-hmm. And they're basically extended family for you as well, because you treat them so well. Mm-hmm. How do you manage all of those people and all of those hearts that are counting on you?
Wow, that's a great question. I think probably it is because I manage my home life first, that I love them, I care for them. Then when I come to work, it literally just spreads. My grandparents are not my biological grandparents. And I feel like they opened the door of love for me. Mm-hmm. And so that just really opened the door of love for me. And so I feel like everyone literally is my family.
Well, I will say I feel honored to be part of that everyone part of your family, and that every time I'm with you, I feel like your heart opens so much, mm-hmm. and that you have room for everyone, and I'm just amazed at that. So thank you for practicing that and sharing it, and also teaching the next generation to show up like that. It is really valuable. So I'm so glad you shared the gift of family, and I'm even more glad you share the gift of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's an honor to be with you.
Mm.